So everyone always tells me that if I don't like YouTube's policies, which aren't even really policies, they're practices, that's a big difference. Policies would be defined as a legal term. They would have to uphold those policies and would get in legal trouble if they do not. And clearly that's not the case. So what it is practices. They are practicing this, they are doing this, and they don't give two shits about the law. Anyway, the point is that everyone always comes back to make their own website. I don't even need to get into the ridiculousness of that, just magically making your own website. Poof, there it is. It comes down to the fact that these big corporations like Google and Facebook and things like that run their own internet service providers. Think about that for a second. They don't pay for internet in the same way that you do. The best way I can think of how to compare it to is like saying that milk is free for the farmer, in that the farmer still pays for the maintenance of the cow, but he does not have to go to the store and pay for a gallon of milk the way you do. So it works the same way. The farmer pays for the raw material, not the product in and of itself. And with the way that Google is set up in minimizing their costs by trading traffic and things like that, they pay even less. Because this will be as a farmer using his resources to get other people to give him resources so he doesn't have to work as hard, while simultaneously everybody else still has to work fucking hard. Everybody else is still having to pay out the ass for the milk and the butter and the eggs and everything else. But the farmer is minimizing his costs while maximizing his output to make even more profit later on. So just in every single regard, the circulation favors Google and Facebook and things like that. And, the best we can do is try to impact Google or Facebook or something in such a way where they don't make money off of us, but yet we cost them money. That's about the only thing we can hope to do at this point. Because if you're a partner, you're basically giving YouTube and by extension Google a surplus. Their ads on your videos are giving them revenue, which in turn, means more of this maximization of profit and everything like that, and they treat you like shit. There's no need for that. There's no excuse in the world to give these bastards more money when they treat you in such a way. So that's the reason not to become a partner. Even though once you become a partner, you have better perks and making longer videos and things, you don't really have any special treatment. You don't get treated any better. You're just as likely to get flagged and strikes and things like that. There's really no incentive to do it. And most certainly not when you know what I know, that it gives them more power. So then the issue becomes, well then, let's just post and make videos for ourselves, fuck YouTube and things like that, because there isn't going to be another YouTube, at least not for another 10 years or something. So, knowing this, no, you cannot make your own website. No, you cannot simply uphold the terms of service because it doesn't mean anything to begin with. So, your only alternative is to just make videos and try to avoid getting them monetized. And then when you do that, you cost YouTube and Google raw material cost. You're never going to cost them bandwidth in and of itself. And I've calculated the amount of bandwidth output. Let's say that, all my previous videos on my past account were worth, I don't know how many megabytes, because most of them were very small. They were maybe, 13, I don't even know, kilobytes, megabytes. There's different categories. There's kilobytes, then megabytes, then gigabytes. And, all my previous videos were around kilobyte sizes. They were very low definition, very low quality. People bitched about them all the time, but this was in YouTube's favor. It costed barely anything at all. I could publish like fucking 700 of those things, and it would be equal to maybe a few of these videos. And YouTube still treated me like shit because of that. I was making them money, monetizing my videos, and I was having very low quality videos, meaning it wasn't costing them anything to host them, and then they still treat me this way. Clearly, they're not in this simply for the money. Money is not the issue. If money was the issue, I would be one of their favorite YouTube partners. This isn't about money, it's about power. That's why moderators are rapists. Rape isn't about sex, it's about power. Banning isn't about terms of service and trolls and things like that. It's about fucking power. It's always about power. So, knowing that, these videos are much more dense in byte-to-byte data. One of these videos is equal to about 100 of my previous videos. And, while that may not seem like saying much, because, like I said, those videos were barely anything, it's something. And that's all that can be said about anybody's videos, is it's something. It's costing them something. Maybe not, internet bandwidth in and of itself, but the raw data of the fact that they need wires and modems and, resources to contain that data. So in essence, that is the only reason to make videos on YouTube at all. I mean, sure, you want to enlighten people, you want to entertain them, but I think first and foremost, we need to consider the fact that we need to cost these fucking motherfuckers some money. They deserve it. They deserve to have to pay off the ass. And they're not going to so long as things continue the way they are. That's why we need laws. That's why we need regulation. And we gotta do whatever we can do. Our options are limited, but they're there. And we should be take, you know, taking opportunities wherever we get them. That's what they're doing. They're taking every single opportunity they can, and that's why they're in the position that we are. We don't have nearly that many opportunities, but it is up to us to take whatever little bit we can get. So that's all I'm saying here. And on top of that, despite Geno360's complete hatred of me, he is working for me. Whether or not he chooses to accept it, whether or not he wants to be that way, Geno360 is part of the Allies of Darkness, and I may explain that in a future video. So that's really all I have to say for now. I don't want this video to be too long because I noticed that after a certain amount of data, it just won't upload on YouTube. Probably they designed it that way on purpose to avoid having to pay more. So, they know ahead of time people are going to try to do this, and so they, prevent large files from being uploaded, even though they condense them anyway and minimize their costs even more. Which means, when you look back on it at the way I was aiding YouTube, there's just no excuse in the world. I was costing them zero money, making the money, everything in between. I was the example of a partner. I was the poster child of YouTube's enterprise. And look how they fucking do me. So, what else can I say here other than the rapists, murderers, liars, cheats, scammers, and something needs to be done about them? That's it.